Hello and welcome back. Now I'm not going to be speaking very much in this episode. I have tweaked my volume settings on my microphone because it really is, when it's doing this, I've tweaked my environment settings a little because truthfully when it's pelting it down with rain, although it is fairly realistic that you couldn't hear this, that is defeating the purpose of the Let's Play. So yeah, I'm going to talk this at the beginning just to explain what we're going to do, and then I am hopefully this time actually going to do a time lapse as I've been threatening. So yes, so there's going to be very little speaking and lots of field work which is going to be sped up. So I'm now going to shut up and we're going to crack on. Well, that wasn't so good. Just ripped half my field over when he shouldn't have done. Switch the lines on for 1 minute. Typical. You say you're not going to talk and then you do. Okay. Let's try that. I don't think I did. It's doing the same. Really? Current must restart it if there's no session data. Trying to piece it together. It's got to be that. Right. So that's another. At least we're learning about courseplay. I do love it when you learn how things work. It must be that the session data is. Let's just get this little bit done. Right. Then, where are we? I'm just going to gather all my equipment and then we're just going to focus on time-lapsing, which is new to me. I'm already thinking through the game mechanics on I've come over here and now you can't see what's going on, so yeah. I have to really just watch what's done. There is one thing that I am going to sort of say though, if we are truthfully, it really is, I think, totally necessary to perhaps buy the second planter. Truthfully will make this an awful lot better, to be honest. If I'm going to concentrate on the field work with now, I've got enough for me to buy that second planter, so I think that's what we're going to do. And I am going to use, because of obviously wanting to focus on the field work, I think it'd be really detrimental to the flow of the session if I pop to the shop. It's going to be about going to the shop rather than the field work. So what I'm going to be doing is I am going to use the store delivery mod. I'm going to get the equipment delivered to the field, which is not unrealistic. I'm sure if you paid extra that could be arranged, so we should do that, and then we should focus just on field work. And I will hush my mouth. Let's get I'll take one of these over as I'm going anyway. Bins we're going to need to line before we... Whoa, there we go. Seems to be behaving itself now, and there's been a few times now when you've seen them tip in the recording, which is, I feel, I think I worked this out earlier. I think to the game mechanics, the capability of the Fendt GT platform must register at 4,000, like it's full. Because if you have an item at the back, like the 3,000 litres or the 3 tonnes, I don't know if it's equal, but if we go on the hypothesis that it's a 3 tonne in weight and 4 tonne at the front, if the game mechanics read that 4 tonne capability as it's full, but then you start putting things into it, at the second your fertiliser or your lime hits and it's got 1 litre in, then the back does suddenly register as having 3 tonnes, and it does flip up. It goes, just seems to go the wrong way, but I'm still not 100% sure. It's just strange to see it go the wrong way when there was more weight before with an empty front thing, and then all of a sudden you fill the front and it flips the wrong way. But hey ho. Right, thank goodness. Right, let's go and get that first tractor then to help the little Sammy. Let's just make sure there's no patches missed as we have a quick look around the field. Yeah. There we go. I hate these little patches. We'll manually fix it. We'll have a rip around the field when we're finished. It's not bad. Right, well, this is a big field, so let's say there is the halfway point. So 33. exactly half, but it is good enough. I think I am a little bit fertilisation module on this is a little bit glitchy, as was sound. It doesn't really matter when you've got the GT platform, although in saying that it does when you've got this. We're going to have to put the lime into the silo for once and fill this, which is going to confuse me, with fertiliser. Just saves faffing around with the fertilisation module, which is a little bit icky. It's very, very hit and miss. Apologise if I definitely just clacked my microphone. See, no weight, and it does the flip. Alright, I need to change the seeds to canola. They're both canola, because if it's low, well, it's a good price as well, but that's not my main reasoning. Alright. Go see if we can actually get the proper fertilisation module to actually work on this one, but say it's really really bizarre. Just doesn't always sense it. It's strange. I've tried it down. It's weird. It's ever so glitchy. Works better with pallets. It works every time with pallets, but no, we'll just stick to what we've got. We've got 4,000 fertilisers, so it's going to be fine. Let's see if that is actually doing the fertilisation. Ah, of course, I'm not. Let's go in the fields yet, okay, have I? No, I haven't. That's what I really need to be doing, otherwise I'm not going to get any later. Right, well, the big Sammy, I would imagine, is probably about 5 minutes from finishing. Maybe 10 minutes. I'm finishing that patch there. Little patches. Another fantastic point about the Fendt GT is also it naturally has narrows on, even though it doesn't sort of say it does. If you use this, they are actually narrows, whether it says so or not. You can actually use these and it doesn't damage the crops, so yet another fantastic point. Let's just fill this up. Let's go and get that. Just make the top of the field. Fantastic. Right, now we're going to get this running around. Let's just unfold that little tiny patch down there. I hate these little patches. I know it's really totally, again, it's just my triggers. I won't say OCD because a friend of mine was explaining to me OCD is OCD, it is special. You can't, we've all got similar characteristics to that, but proper OCD you just cannot disobey the compulsion, so it is a little bit different definitely to tiny patch there. That's annoying. My bad. Okay. One more down, and the Sammy should have done it too. That's fantastic. Now then, where can I leave the field sensor on the front of the other Sammy? May have to revert to looking for where that is. Oh, it's at the slurry yard, isn't it? My normal place. Maybe not. Normally, but at the slurry yard, I'm sure I brought it over here in readiness for this job. So let's just go and check on the little Sammy. Did I leave it on the front? No, I didn't. What on earth have I done with that then? I may as well wait for that Sammy actually, to be honest. I think it'll be at the slurry yard. If I am imagining, as is frequently the case with these type of things, I'm probably imagining that I brought it across. I thought I'd had, but we'll use a little Sammy for this because the big Sammy is much better at ploughing, being much more powerful tractor. So let's go and see. I'm sure if I haven't brought it across, which I cannot see that I have, can't see that I'd drop it off on the side of the field. I don't like leaving the field sensor on the side of the field because it is so fally overy. It wants to fall over at the drop of a hat, so yeah, more damage on this again. Literally, I do think that particular aspect of the second-hand equipment mod is, even with seasons, that is to me one step too far. Because in the end, if you are going to continue to respray and it's going to continue to re-damage, that unless, as I say, I'm going to have to take a note of a new piece of equipment like the Sammy Titan to see the damage that you get with that in comparison. Because if it is, then truthfully, that limitation then does become that it's not worth using the second-hand equipment mod. It's no good saving probably a quarter on the price of something if it's going to cost you 10 times in the running of a game the cost to respray if it annoys you, which that's the only aspect of this that does eventually to me look a bit awful. If you sort of spend, and it's not like £2 or it's usually thousands of pounds to respray, you certainly don't want to be respraying every few minutes. Hate that when it does that. For some reason switches the super strength on for no reason. I usually have it that you have to press the Alt key for those very few occasions where you've got to activate it, where an implement rather than reset it and it go halfway across the map and then having to fetch it. I usually try to use superhuman strength for well, you've seen me a few times do that, because I think again it's the flow of the Let's Play. Everything's got to be 32. Headland, one pass. Really haven't put the plough in a very good position.
So you're looking at a giraffe?
Yeah.